Oh, hello folks, this is Steve A. for you. Nothing in this episode is a promotion, nor is it a recommendation. Oh no, we're not going to do it slash dot. That's always the first tab open. Let's look at some other stuff. A few minutes ago I just started to scroll down and there's two successive articles about stealing. Got to be careful how you use that word. Let me show you the first one. Some people just, the only way they can actually count is on their fingers and toes, so they don't quite get what they're getting into, or something like that. Dealership puts customers in cars with $3,000 monthly payments. I'm not promoting anything. 2023 Sierra 2500 Denali. Actually, I saw one of those yesterday at the big box store parking lot. Denali sounds like a holiday, a religious holiday in India. $3,000 for 96 months. And I went, oh, wait a minute, I can get an approximation of that. I don't need to use, I could use my calculator here on the computer, but if I just add 4 to the 96, $300,000? I would pay $300,000 for that? That thing I saw? Who knows what you read online? Is it real? Then I saw this one. This one I think I can prove is real. A Southeastern Asian engineer allegedly stole trade secret technology for detecting nuclear missile launches. Now it's authored by a guy named Frank Fong of the Epoch Times. A Chinese-born researcher has been arrested for allegedly stealing trade secret technologies developed for the United States government to detect nuclear missile launches and track ballistic and hypersonic missiles, according to Shen Guangong, 57, of San Jose, California. I know where San Jose is. Was arrested in San Jose on February 6th. Well, this is after midnight, so that would be 3 days ago. He became a U.S. citizen in 2011, got his master's degree in electrical engineering from Clemson, and completed some work toward a doctorate at Stanford. Now, if they let you in a doctoral program, PhD, at Stanford, see, I had a high school classmate. Yeah, he got his PhD at Stanford. And he spent his academic career studying the properties of hydrogen near absolute zero. Gotta have a special kind of brain for that. So it says that in 2023, he was working as an engineer for research and development company based in Malibu, California. The company was referred to only as the victim company by the Department of Justice and in court documents. Now here's the value of the search engine. secret technologies to detect nuclear missile launches. I'm wondering what the company is. It says other files were related to the development of the company's next generation sensors. I had another high school classmate who graduated from our same year as, yeah, at one of the reunions, he went so far as to admit that he worked for the United States government, and his specialty was image analysis, meaning satellite image analysis, probably for things like this. And the reason why I say for things like this, because he said he couldn't tell us anything about it other than what he just said, because he has several patents, and they're secret patents. See, you're allowed to, under special circumstances, like if you work for the United States government, you can patent certain things, but they are secret patents because they're, well, you don't want to tell the rest of the world how to do something, you know? Like, kind of like what this is about. It says the theft of trade secrets, especially sensitive military technology, undermines our national security. So the FBI did it. Now, somewhere in here it mentioned infrared. There it is. Court documents said much of the company's work, the development of infrared sensor technology. Remember, we already got the word sensor. You know, this flip phone can actually take video. It has a video sensor. There are some that use visible light like that, and there's others that use infrared. Like Tom Allen has a camera that basically does infrared, so you can see things at night. No light, but things give off heat, infrared. The development of infrared sensor technology for space-based and military missions for missile detection. So what I did is this. Infrared sensor technology. Where did they say they were? Because according to this, the court documents don't name the company. They said Malibu, California. Now what I see here is Courthouse News Service, former engineers stole U.S.-made missile technology to help. Prosecutors say Gong transferred blueprints for sophisticated infrared sensors to... All right, but this is a news article. We're already reading that. And Bloomberg Law News, same thing. MilitaryAerospace.com. HRL Laboratories LLC, limited liability company, helps Navy develop curved microbolometers. You know what a bolometer is, don't you? To shrink and improve infrared thermal sensors. Oh, wait a minute. Facebook. HRL Laboratories, Malibu, California. At HRL, we're enhancing technologies for automotive, aerospace, and defense that make us safer, support our national security. I guess they're in this building here. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. But this guy isn't Chinese. February 23rd, 2023. That looks like their newest update. Now, the stuff that was going on, it was in 2023. HRL Laboratories Senior Research Engineer Bin Min Nguyen, Gyuyen. What kind of name is that? That's like being called Smith or Miller, but in Vietnam. How do I know that? Oh, when I was in school, I had a classmate in college. Yeah, actually, same name, same family name, but soybeans. Has been elected a fellow of the International Society for Optics and Photonics. Photonics. That could be visible light, that could be infrared, that could be UV. So this guy is also a genius like Henry Nguyen. New fellows of the society are promoted each year among the SPIE members of distinction who have made significant scientific and technical. Well, this guy sounds like he's solidly American. HRL is on the top 100 list of best places to work 2023 from Built-in. Now they're showing something here that's some kind of device. It looks like an automobile clutch assembly. Let's see if you think that's what it is. Oh, it's not any bigger. This is a flywheel, and this is a gear going into, yeah. So what is it? If you can understand this, you should work here. At HRL, we're enhancing technologies for automotive, aerospace. You see? I guessed correctly. They're also in the automotive business and not just sensors. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go back one. Where was that? Where was that bolorimeter thing? Hang on. Improved infrared thermal sensors. Was that the one? You'll pardon me if I lost my place. Aerospace, okay, this is military aerospace. So they're at Malibu Canyon Road. Oh, don't you like the shape of their building? Look at it. Isn't that cute? Oh, no, that's one building. Yeah, that's all the air conditioning and laboratory stuff. You see if they're making sensors, they've got chemical labs. I used to work as a industrial chemist technician, and I used to follow it under the orders of a senior chemist. I used to synthesize new molecules and stuff like that. That's what all this stuff on the roof is for, is that you wouldn't want the gases that get generated in the chemical processes where they're making sensors and stuff like that. So you need to And also the air conditioning is there. Malibu. I thought Malibu was ocean. It looks like they're up in the hills. Oh, they're not far from the ocean. There it is. I'm just having fun with this, folks. And there's their website. Is it gonna load? It says, oh. HRL Laboratories and UCLA will collaborate on a project. No. Come on. To scale up silicon-based quantum processors. Silicon-based quantum processors. They're advanced stuff. Explore our laboratories. Intelligent systems, materials and microsystems, microfabrication technology, see, what we're doing is we're exploring to see if this is the company that guy supposedly stole proprietary information from and used to be a member of the Chinese Communist Party in China before he came to the States and went to school. Epitaxial growth, you understand what that is, right? Metallization, dialect, photolithography, that's how they make the stuff on chips. Electron beam, you can get even finer detail with electron beam. Wet, dry, etch and surface treatment, heterogeneous integration, post-processing. They can make semiconductors, special ones that you can't get anywhere else. They probably custom make them because they might only, let me explain about that. A long time ago, I worked for a terrible electronics component company. Most of the stuff they made was pretty close to shit, and I'm not kidding. But there was one juicy contract they had that they didn't fool around on. It was a microwave delay line. Now, what does that mean? A microwave signal comes in, and then it's a certain length long, and the material in there doesn't dissipate the signal, but slows down. It doesn't travel at the speed of light. It slows it down. Pardon me. And why would you do that? When you send a pulse out, radar, and a reflection comes back, what you want to do is to be able to compare the actual waveform of the pulse as it left and how it is modified or distorted by what it reflects off of and returns back. So when you go ping, there's some of it goes that way, but some of it goes into the delay line. And when the return reflection comes back, they come together and they add and subtract. You subtract out the original shape, and what's left over is a signature of what it bounced off of and how far away. The particular microwave delay line that they were making there was a small production run, which means they only made a couple every month. So they were very expensive. And they were for the trigger mechanism, radar trigger mechanism for hydrogen bombs. Yes, I've actually touched a component that would end up in a nuclear weapon. And the stuff they're describing here in this paragraph is for that kind of special production of really unique things that have a very special purpose. Silicon and quartz MEMS, that's electronic circuits. metallurgy and ceramics, scalable nanotechnology, blah, 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 blah. Sensors and electronics. Now we're getting to it. HRL, Sensors and Electronics Laboratory, SEL, developed state-of-the-art radio frequency. I was just talking about radio frequency stuff. That's what microwave is. Millimeter wave, that's radar. And electro-optical, that's infrared and visible light and UV. Electro-optical sensors, subsystems, and components for rapid end use in the field. What does that phrase mean? They get an order for something special that's an idea for, let's say, a new way of the weapon operating, and they need somebody to figure out how to make the electronics or the sensors to do that job, and they're only going to buy 100 right now, but they're willing to pay $10 million. How soon can you deliver them? Do you have engineers that can do that? That's what the Chinese guy was working on. It's pretty obvious that this is the company called the Victim Company. Okay? Integrated mixed signal solutions. That's why I already mentioned to you about the delay line and mixing back when. Integrated photonics, millimeter sublumen, blah, blah. All right. Nanoscale devices. All right. View laboratory page. So it's not like who they are is a secret. And this is the lab probably where that guy worked. Infrared imaging. World leader in a formal high-performance IR imaging, providing end-to-end solutions based on unique 3-4 focal plane array technology. We also enable new camera systems that can displace mercury cadmium telluride technology. They say how they do things is going to displace current technology that's based on that other type of material substrates. SLE can do on-site detector design. They can go to your secret missile research military underground laboratory in Guam or wherever and see what you need and communicate back what it will take to fulfill your needs. I'm just making it up as I go, but that's what they're saying. Fabrication and testing of infrared devices. We design, develop, and mature next generation IR focal plane arrays. Missile detection. Now hang on. Infrared focal plane arrays, including readout integrated circuits and onboard image processing, blah, 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 blah. June 1st, 2020. Now we're going back to that company again, but a different page. Aiming to improve infrared cameras, that's what the Chinese guy was stealing, by curving focal plane arrays of sensors. So they're showing a human eyeball, and they're demonstrating that we don't have a flat focal plane. We have a curved one at the back, and we have neural processing to make what looks like a linear image, even though it is projected onto a hemisphere in our eyes. Do you follow that? So they're saying they have developed some kind of technology that doesn't use a linear backplane, that's more like the way the eye does, and apparently it's better than current commercial state-of-the-art. HRL laboratory scientists and engineers taking on the challenge of developing sensors that are doubly curved. The sensors are doubly curved like a bowl. I haven't read this before. All I did was look at the pictures. And now they're confirming what I just said. Curved like a bowl. What did I do? Under a new program for the Defense Advanced Research Project and DARPA, cited on the advancement of infrared vision. 2 distinct awards under DARPA's focal arrays of curved, the government needs these. What, for spotting missiles better from satellites or spy planes? Are endeavoring to create curved IR focal plane arrays by applying expertise gained from successfully curving photographic sensors in visible light cameras. So they're going to shrink it down. Because infrared, oh no, the challenge is to make it bigger because infrared wavelengths are longer. Excuse me. A curved photographic sensor enhances clarity through an image by bringing its corners into focus and brightness that are equal at the center of the image. The camera constructed with spherical lenses surrounded by a bowl-shaped sensor can see in all directions in an 180-degree range. So instead of the usual thing where the camera only sees straight down, they want a panoramic view so that when they make a pass, they get more information. And they probably want to do it holographically so they can three-dimensionally reproject it in a computer to see if what they're looking at is not really a missile, but a tree that looks like a missile. You can read the rest of it. So do you think this is the company they were talking about? Let's go and look at the Department of Justice document. United States District Court, criminal complaint by telephone or other reliable electronics means. Huh? This is the actual legal document. United States of America versus Che Wang Gong, defendant. I, the complainant in this case, state the following is true to the best of my knowledge and belief. Whoop. Affidavit. The guy's name is Igor Nyman, this is the guy who's making the specifics of the complaint against the guy that used to work, presumably, allegedly, at HRL. What are you doing? Why does it scroll so much? It's not being cooperative. Theft of trade secrets. See attached affidavit. I'm a special agent with the FBI, been so employed since September 2022. So he's a newbie. I'm currently assigned to Los Angeles office, special agent, investigated some, including theft of trade secrets, the illegal export of dual-use items. What's dual use? I can use it in a civilian camera or I can use it in a military camera. Dual use. The illegal export of dual-use items, meaning items have both military and commercial applications, and strategic technologies from the United States, and the illegal export, I'm reading from a legal document filed by the United States government. None of this is alleged. I'm not making it up. This is not rewritten. This is the court document, charging document. I attended 18 weeks of new agent training. We don't. All right, so he's giving some of his background. Why should you believe me? How am I qualified to be saying this stuff about this guy? I make this affidavit in support of criminal complaint and arrest warrants against a guy here they call him Gong, which is his family name. Facts set forth in the affidavit are based upon personal observation, my training experience. He's a newbie. Summary of probable cause. A research and development center based in Malibu, California, I'm reading from the court affidavit. A research and development center based in Malibu, California. The victim company. That's how they'll refer to it afterwards. You notice they don't name it. Did we figure it out? Most likely. Was it very hard? Not really. Thank you, search engine. Developed sophisticated infrared sensor technology intended for various space-based and military missions, including a system designed to detect nuclear missile launches and track ballistic and hypersonic missiles. Most of the work at that company was Department of Defense and military contracts. Beginning in late January, this guy worked as an application-specific integrated circuit manager at the victim company. In that role, he was responsible for managing the design, development, and performance of readout integrated circuits used in the victim infrared circuits. Sensors. Readout integrated circuits collect electrical signals from infrared photodetector arrays. Remember I showed you the picture? And output the data in a standard format, sophisticated, the low noise, high dynamic range, high resolution, and fast readout. Look, you got something that thinks it sees a missile launch. You don't want that to take 2 days to get back to NORAD. They need to be able to tell the president, we need to launch now, within 5 minutes. That's what they mean by rapid. You can't send it back to, you can't send it back. It's not like making movies in the old days with film. You have to send it to the lab and they chemically process it. It has to be instantaneous. You know, it's like in the movies. They can see the launch right there. What the satellite's seeing, they're seeing. So between March 30th, 2023 and April 25th, on 16 different days, this guy transferred more than 3,600 files from his work laptop to 3 personal storage devices, 2 Western Electric external hard drives, blah, 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 blah. So that's how he was getting the stuff off premises. He didn't send it in an email attachment. I'm reading from a court document. I'm interpolating a little bit to make it briefer. Oh, I hit the wrong key. Many of the files that person transferred from his work laptop to personal storage contain proprietary and trade secret information, including files marked proprietary, official use only, proprietary information, export controlled. They were transferred to his personal storage devices, including trade secret information, including archive files containing the CAD, the actual design documents, this specifically related to development and design of the Serrano readout integrated circuit. Let's see if Google knows what that is. Scholarly articles for Serrano readout circuit. But you see, they also know that they're citing this same document. Now, a readout integrated, never mind what that is. I'm looking for the reuse of that word, Serrano, and the only place where it seems to occur is in scholarly articles, substrate decoupled bulk acoustic wave gyroscopes, environmentally robust high performance triaxial bulk retinomorphic event based vision sensors. Retinomorphic. What does that mean? Let's guess at it. It's shaped like your retina. it's an array of sensors in a semi-spherical array just like your eyeball. That's a guess. Event-based vision sensors. What would that be? It only has output if it sees motion or change in the field that it's looking at. And it's built in so that you don't have to continuously read the output and scan it. It'll only, I'm guessing, it'll only do an output if there's a change of a certain kind, criteria, in its field of vision. This is a device. Bio-inspired, that means it's based on how we do it. You know, sometimes you're sitting here and you see some motion over here in your peripheral, and you turn and you look and it's a mountain lion about to jump on you. That's what they're talking about. Bio-inspired cameras with spiking output. I'm assuming spiking means it isn't continuous output, only when there's an event that meets certain criteria. Let's find out how sensitive this crap is. Now, the only reason we're on this is because one of the Teresa Serrano Gattaridona Serrano readout integrated circuit. Wikipedia is only pinning that on one person. It's a name. Everything after the citation of 3 scholarly articles is not specific to Serrano. It's the rest of it, readout integrated circuit. This was state-of-the-art. Image sensors suffer from significant limitations imposed by their very principle of operation. These sensors acquire the visual information as a series of snapshot images recorded at discrete points in time. Visual information gets time quantized at a predetermined frame rate which has no relation to the dynamics present in the scene. That's what I just said a moment ago, but a different way. Typical visual sensors have continuous output, and you have to have something that continually inspects it to see if there's any change. Furthermore, each recorded frame conveys of all the pixels, regardless of whether this information or part of it has changed since the last frame. And now, I've never read this before. So now they're immediately pinning down, we're doing something that's based on when a change occurs in the received image. And it's going to be right at the detector point that a signal goes out, an alert goes out. Biological vision systems are driven by events happening within the scene in view and not like image sensors by artificially creating timing and control signals. We don't need to go any further. I've got it nailed. And it's clearly she's one of the significant inventors or authors in this academic research. Spatio-temporal cameras with spiking output. They only put, and that's what you need. So you've got something that's stationary in orbit. It's over, let's say, Russia, and it's looking down to see if they're going to do something like launch ballistic missiles. We're not interested in spending a long time ago, in the 1990s, there was a computer parts store in Raleigh, up on the far part of Glenwood Avenue that I used to go into. The brand doesn't exist anymore. And there was a guy there there wasn't a lot of business. This was the beginning of personal computers. And I got to talking to him one day, and he used to be in the Air Force. And he told me what his job was. He said, actually, I had two duties. And he told me what his regular job was on the base where he was stationed. But the other job was that every week he received a special packet of satellite photos of a particular place on the surface of the Earth that was his domain as expertise. And he was to look at them and see if anything had changed and report any changes or differences. That was his second job in the military. Now, why did they do that? Because he had an engineering background and he had a college degree. And that was his national security assignment mixed in with his regular base duties. So I'm telling you that I saw him in the 90s and he's talking about the 80s or maybe earlier. Remember I told you about my high school that he said he has secret patents on analyzing satellite photos? So let's go just a little further in this document. On April 26, 2023, in response to this person working their network activity, they mean the stuff he's doing on the computer network inside the company, the victim company personnel searched his office and recovered the flash drive, which was one of 3 personal storage devices they used to transfer. So in other words, they found the flash drive and they looked, but he was doing something online that they were. Oh, do you think that in a company where they do secret defense work, you think they're not spying on the workers? See what the hell they're up to? Irrespective of whether they were born in this country or not? The victim company then interviewed that employee, who provided evasive and contradictory answers, but eventually admitted to having transferred files from his work laptop to his personal drives and to have viewed those files on his personal computer, which would mean at home, which would be in violation of his working agreement and maybe the law. And the victim company then terminated him. Then he went working for Company 1 on May 1st. Oh, wait a minute now. So then the FBI executed a search warrant in May, and they found the storage devices at home and the Western Digital devices, hard drives. And then based on the review of his communications and his communications, I mean they started wiretapping him, or that between approximately 2014 and 2022, this guy submitted numerous applications to talent programs administered by the People's Republic of China government. During that time, he was employed by several major U.S. technology companies and one of the world's largest defense contractors. So this guy was a sneak mole for a lot of years, and they only finally caught him. I'm basing that remark on what's in this charging document. I have no knowledge directly in any way. I'm just trying to interpret this legalese. Remember, I'm not a lawyer. I'm an idiot running my mouth. Okay? Now they're quoting from the document in place I didn't. Many of the files that Gong allegedly transferred contain proprietary and trade secret information related to the development design of a readout integrated circuit that allows space-based systems, satellite and missiles or SR-71s, to detect missile launches. See, we don't want you to send us a lot of data. Just send us data if you see a ignition. That's for the whole point of this. These circuits were designed to detect ignition of a rocket engine. I'm guessing. I'm just an idiot running his mouth. And track ballistic and hypersonic missiles while providing resilient and a readout integrated circuit that allows an aircraft to track incoming. So the very same kind of circuit that would be in a satellite will also be in the aircraft that go to intercept a hypersonic missile, and will also be in the nose of the missile as it is fired from the airplane and tries to track the missile coming at it by seeing its thermal signature in real time, with almost no time for interpretation of data for direct guidance of the defensive actions. You can read all kinds of interesting things online. You can do a little bit of research and have fun. Right? Now, who were the contractors here? Does it say anything? Okay. No? Okay, folks. Just had fun going through this. There they are. I have no direct knowledge that that is the victim company, but their online stuff sounds like it's a match. Steve A.B. for you. Just an idiot running his mouth, having fun, saying see you in 73.